Clara Lee with ClaraInspire.com. Thank you so much for visiting, and today we're going to talk about the balance between negativity and positivity in our lives. So as you guys know, when we're just strutting through life, we come across things that are not so great, and then we come across things that are great, so happy and so exciting. And it just seems like it's a constant pendulum that just goes back and forth. It's like 1 minute you are extremely happy and you're just happy and so grateful, and then you feel like you're limitless and you feel like, oh wow, I can take on anything, I'm so happy. And then next minute you open your eyes and then you realize, oh my goodness, like I thought I was all good to go, but there's something else that just popped up that's not so positive, and that's just horrible. It's so ridiculously horrible. Is that normal? Yes, it is. And if you can ask anybody who seems positive, who's just positive, who just exudes this energy, you can ask them, go up to them, and next time you come across someone like that, you can ask them, be like, do you face your ups and downs? Do you have your ups and downs? And they'll tell you, yes, we do. We all do. And that's something that we all need to recognize, because sometimes when we are in this negative dump, we forget the external world, and we forget that other people also feel negative. Other people feel sad and upset at times as well. So I think that's an important concept for us to remember, that if there is a negative, there's always a positive. And if there is a positive, there is a negative all the time. And life is all about this balance. And if we can't accept the negative, then we can't accept the positive either. So how do we accept the negatives as well as we can accept, as much as we can accept the positives? Because when things are going great, everything seems so easy. It's so easy. It's so easy to see. It's so easy to do a favor for a friend. It's so easy to just, go out of your way to get things done. But when things are negative, no matter what the cause was, everything seems so jumbled up. Everything seems so scary, so nerve-wracking, so scary, basically, and anxiety just starts to build up in you, and you feel like nothing is possible. Well, when we're faced with that situation, what I personally do in my personal life is I try to exploit it. I try to exploit it. I try to feel that energy, that negativity to the maximum potential without harming myself, or without having a negative, without manifesting that negativity to something else or some other person or some other object. So what I mean by that is, say for example, one day you wake up and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm having such a great day today. I'm going to get this done. Oh wow, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to meet all these people, say hello, everything. Then all of a sudden, at around like 3 p.m., that's when we all start crashing and we need coffee and tea. But anyway, then you realize that you came across this, negativity for some reason. Maybe you missed a deadline and you found out that you missed this meeting, and then that led your boss to be mad at you, and then, or like your friend texted you and, told you a bad news. And then all of a sudden, your mind just clicks, and then it switches to the other side, and you get into this spiral of, feeling negative, feeling bad, and you go through this phase of feeling negative, going from the positive spectrum to the negative spectrum. So then what we do is, what I suggest doing is, you take that feeling and then you put a stop to it. Basically, how do you do that? You take that feeling and then you close your eyes and you recognize and say, Clara, so right now it seems like you're feeling negative, anxious, upset, and disappointed. Wow, what a horrible group of feelings. And you just have to recognize it. You just have to recognize it and then say, but you know what? But an hour ago, I was feeling grateful, excited, and happy and honored to be at this, in this world. Wow, what a sudden shift. And then you just try to recognize it. You do a deep dive, analyze, okay? And then you just tell yourself that, that you will be okay. That you will be okay, and you just keep on feeling it. And then you challenge yourself. You take all those negative feelings, and every single thing that you do after you realize those feelings, try to test it. You try to test it. You try to take that anxiety and then be like, okay, well, I'm anxious, so let's see what I'm doing, with this anxiety. And then you just start realizing it, and you become an observer of your own self. And once you become that observer, you know, you can conquer anything. Once you become that observer, you can immediately snap yourself out of feeling negative. And then you can immediately put yourself back into the positive pool. And yes, the way I'm explaining it, it may seem so easy, but it's not to every one of us. It's hard. When we're in this dump, it's really, really hard for us to get out of it. And, you know, we're in this together. So just recognize that. But the first step to really having control of your life and having control of your emotions is knowing how to differentiate and recognize the difference between positive and negative. Whether it's your feelings, your emotions, same thing, whatever it is. The first step is distinction, second step is analysis, and then third step is observation. Then, if you can take the first step to distinct between two things, that's when you will become more aware and more knowledgeable and more, just more in control about yourself. And at the end of the day, that's where we want to get to, right? We want to have control, you know, of ourselves and our emotions, so that we can go out there to the world, you know, to the external world, and really be able to perform at our maximum potential, be able to treat our friends the best as we can, you know, be able to perform at our jobs the best as we can. And the first thing, as I always say, comes from within. And that first thing starts with distinction, analysis, and observation. So I hope this video really helped you guys. If you guys have any questions or insight or feedback or comments, please share. And don't forget to follow me at Clara Inspired. For my upcoming book, Cupcake Theory BK, like us on Facebook, follow us, and subscribe to us on YouTube. I really appreciate you guys watching this, and thank you, and see you next time.